Hey everybody, I'm just going to go ahead and add Eleonora quickly. One moment. Should be joining us any second. Awesome. Hello. Hey.
Hi, how are you doing?
Great. I'm back in New York City and it's just subway and like ambulance noises outside, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit.
I know, same here.
How are you? I'm really happy that we were able to do this given we were both traveling this week and had crazy schedules. Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. It's my first live, so I'm definitely excited to be here and do this.
Awesome. And we have quite a few people that already started joining us, Eleanor. Maybe we'll give it like another minute or so and we'll get started.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good. Oh, we've got quite a few common familiar faces on here. Hey, Claire. Hey, Sarah.
Hey guys.
Awesome. Yeah, we've had quite the transition coming in from Mexico. And you were just, yeah, yourself.
I was in California. It was so much fun. We went on a ski trip for Claire's birthday, actually, and it was so much fun. It was amazing. I would definitely go back. How's
Yeah,
Mexico?
it was great. That was 2 months there. I didn't want to leave. We came back to and like craziness. I've actively avoided the winter for 3 years now. And so I'm coming back for a little while, but there's still snow on the ground. So you didn't have to go to California if you wanted to ski, Eleanor.
No, it's really pretty in Tahoe. I'm really glad we went. I definitely recommend for everyone who skis to go there.
For sure. I'm going to make my way over. I guess we have a few people that joined. I think we can kick it off and then more people will kind of be in and out as we go. How does that sound?
Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
So I guess just by means of introduction, I wanted to welcome everybody to today's Instagram Live, where I have the pleasure of talking to Eleonora, who is not only a dear friend of mine, but also a former client. And so she is the founder of Anthro and one of the most incredible people ever. And so maybe Eleonora, just take a minute or two to introduce yourself for everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Vicky. So, yeah, I'm Eleonora, and I'm a wellness and coach. I help women heal their bodies naturally, and I mainly work with women who have been struggling with PCOS and other hormonal disorders. So, yeah, that's pretty much all about me.
I mean, we've spent a lot of time talking about your personal journey. And so I figured maybe before we kind of jump into the weeds of Anthro and how incredible, that entire venture is, maybe let's start off talking a little bit about you, right? You're in the fitness and nutritional space, and you got there for, I would say, a personal reason, right? And so what was that journey like? Well, how did you end up on this current path that you're on?
Yeah, so it's definitely been quite a journey. In my early 20s, during my college years, I was working for a large conventional healthcare system. And at that point, I was very unhealthy. I had hormonal problems. It was an office job, and I had a lot of stressors. I was graduating college. I wasn't really sure, what career path to take at that point in my life. And so I began to question my life, and I began to question, do I like my job? Will I ever be healthy? I started questioning everything. And that's when I decided to kind of take my health into my own hands because I was taking medications and birth control for so many years, just listening to doctors and going by what they were saying. So I started doing research and I started researching PCOS, what it is, natural remedies, and just looking into what it was that I was suffering from. And you know how you Google search and then Instagram picks up on your searches. So I was on Instagram one day and I came across an ad for the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. And I started looking into this school, and everything about that school just seemed right. And, I really wanted to enroll, but I was financially struggling at that time. I was a broke college student. I was living on my own, living with roommates, trying to make it from month to month. So it was definitely a hard decision to make. But I remember I was walking down the streets during my lunch break, talking to my sister, and she was like, "Listen, you don't know what you want to do. You are struggling. Obviously, your health is not great. This sounds like, this is something that you are very passionate about. So just give it a try." And it was the best decision I made. The school changed the way I think, the way I live. I was able to reverse my PCOS, and I was my very first client, and that kind of became a passion to spread awareness and to help other women, that are struggling with PCOS and are not living healthy and just go by what the doctors are saying, taking medications, because that's not always the only option that we have.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. And maybe, well, firstly, shout out to awesome siblings. I've got one of my own, and he's like a total cheerleader for my business and my brand. So we all need one of those, right? Cheerleaders. And the second thing to just note is, I guess the beauty behind this, you're obviously, it's a challenging time to try to figure out what you're doing, what you want to work on. But also you're going through like this entire journey of personal health and development. And so what I want to focus quite a bit on is the fact that you took a challenging time for yourself and now figured out a way to get all the resources needed where you can be in a position to help others, which is incredible, right? And so now we're flipping the switch. You were able to resolve this issue for yourself, and now we're going to help women out there um, in a larger scale, which is probably the best transition ever to talk about Anthro, right? And the mission behind it. And so if you want to just take a deeper dive into what that means to you and what you're looking to achieve.
Yeah, so I graduated the health coaching school in May of 2019, and I was partially working and coaching here and there, but I still had my office job, so I wasn't really doing that, full time.
Mhm.
Once the pandemic started, I felt like that was the perfect moment for me to start my company, and I started Anthro in March of 2020, and I started coaching full time. So, yeah, that was a big transition for me. Definitely like very stressful, but very exciting at the same time. And yeah, I started my Instagram page to spread awareness and to share all my knowledge and everything I learned with IAN. And it's been going great so far. It's been going great. I love it.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And we've talked quite a bit about this, right? And just watching people's transformation and what you're able to do through different mediums, right? Through coaching and just sharing on kind of platforms like these and what we're doing today. So part of it is great because we can scale. You can help way more people than we would have been able to before in the past, right? And so kudos to what you're doing and for answering some of my text messages when I'm like, I can't sleep at night. What do you do? And you're like, oh, magnesium and read a book and Victoria, turn off your phone. Okay. Thank you. Thank God I have you. Um, but actually, I know that we have quite a few people that are joining us specifically to hear about, this big passion project of yours, um, that I am super, super, super grateful to have been on the journey helping you put it together. And so I think that's kind of just a natural next transition, right? You're looking to help people, and we're going to do this through a retreat. And so that's probably the best introduction to, the Anthro Escape. And so how did that come to mind? Why a retreat? Why now?
Yeah, so I'll start with the fact that I am so happy that I got to meet you.
Oh,
Um, and it was such a pleasure working with you, and you made all of the planning just, it's been a great experience. And what inspired me to start planning a retreat? It's actually kind of cool. A couple of years ago, I went on a girls' trip with a few of my friends, and a few of my friends invited other people. And we didn't necessarily all know each other, but we all went to the Catskills, and we were cooking together. We were setting the table, and it was just a pleasure meeting and connecting with all of these women for the first time. And we were just so amazed that we were all strangers, but at some point we all got to connect, and they became my friends. They became my friends. They, started following me on Instagram. I always, kind of help them throughout their health journey. They always ask me, what should I do in this situation, like you said. And it's amazing because it's so important to have love and support when you are going towards a certain health goal. And I decided that a retreat would be amazing, an amazing opportunity for women to get together, learn from each other, and have just an amazing opportunity and experience to connect. And after the retreat, it's just a life lasting relationship that you will have, that is very beneficial as well.
and so you started touching on, a bit of the transformation. And that really is the power of retreats, right? People get away and they build a community of support, right, during and after the retreat. But maybe just, I know how much work has gone into putting together like a very curated itinerary to make sure that people can experience that transformation. And so, what exactly is it for somebody that was going to sign up for your retreat? What can they expect to get out of it, after that weekend of bonding and transformation?
Yeah, so we are going to be doing so many different activities. We're going to be working together as a group, and during that time, I will teach you how to cook easy and fast, healthy recipes. And from the very beginning of the retreat, we will talk about what it is you want to change in your life. Um, Going forward throughout the entire retreat, we will be doing manifesting activities that will help you throughout the entire year to make certain changes. So it definitely will be very beneficial for a lot of women who are looking to change their lifestyle for like a long period of time.
Awesome. And maybe just some details like when is it happening? Where is it? Um, let's get people excited about it.
Definitely. So the retreat will be on April 1st. It's going to be 3 days. We will be cooking, we will be doing yoga. It will be in the Catskills, so we will be in nature. And yeah, we will be making vision boards and manifesting, like I said, connecting. So it will definitely be a lot of fun.
This is like very, this hits close to home for me, given I spend majority of my time when I'm back in New York in the Catskills. So I can vouch for the fact that April in New York is just one of the most beautiful times, especially to be upstate with everything blooming. It really adds to the experience of just being in nature and, being with the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And just being in nature, it creates this Zen atmosphere where you can just heal your body and mind. So it's like the perfect place to do a retreat. In my opinion, at least. I love upstate New York, and spring is probably the best time to go for a wellness retreat.
Yeah. Oh man, I have Claire shouting out wagon wheels, which is throwing this back where every summer we would spend time together, upstate New York, and literally it's like the best memories that I've ever had. So totally a big throwback there. But Eleonora, I guess just one more question kind of to round this out, which I know comes up really, really often when we talk about retreats. You talked about the power of community, right? People coming together, but it's also sometimes super scary to join a retreat by yourself. And so I know that you were, we talked a lot about this and potentially the ability for somebody to, bring a friend or, maybe you can talk through a little bit more of kind of the environment and the options available to people who want to join.
Absolutely. So for it, I know it definitely can be a little bit intimidating to join a wellness retreat by yourself. And so for the month of February, we are actually doing a promotional deal for Valentine's Day. Basically, it's a bring a friend promotion, and every single participant will be able to bring a friend and get 15% off. So I think that's pretty amazing, an amazing deal. And I would absolutely love my participants to obviously have someone there that they know and that will make them feel a little more comfortable. Um, and also, I will be there. So I will definitely be spending, time with every single person and trying to make them as comfortable as possible.
That sounds incredible. And if somebody wanted to learn more about the retreat, or even talk to you, like how could they go about doing that?
Yeah, so I have a link in my bio. It will take you straight to my website, and there you will be able to see all of the details about the retreat. I also have all of the FAQs, so if you have any questions, you can look through the questions and answers. If you want, you can also DM me. I would love to chat with any of you. I'm always down for that. So yeah.
That's,
Pretty me.
yeah, I saw the process and how much work not just work, but also the passion that went into putting this together. So I know that anybody who's going to be joining is going to really have a life transforming experience. So I'm super excited to see how it goes and to hear from everyone kind of along the way on their journey. And so for anybody else who maybe is joining us today and is looking to plan a retreat, similar to kind of the foundations of what we put together with Eleonora all the way through to end of day, uh, I guess, day of experience. If you're just getting started, also in the link of my bio, I have a 4-month retreat planning timeline that has a bunch of pro tips and goodies in there. So you can also head to the link in my bio to check that out. But what I'm going to do right after this live is include some of the links that Eleonora mentioned and mine on my end as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and leave that in the live notes and we'll share it right afterwards.
Yeah, you have all the best goodies. I think.
Thanks. I'm really happy that we got a chance to chat. As I mentioned, it's kind of been a crazy week, but I wanted to get this information out there. If for no other reason, then you really are just an incredible soul. And so thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I cannot wait for the retreat.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me. And first live.
Well, I'm glad the honor of being able to facilitate it, Eleanor. Have a great rest of your night. I can't wait to chat.
Okay, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Cheers, bye.